Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I want to go somewhere totally new, and for the first time I would like to visit Kazakhstan. Now this is the first Kazakhstan ration I've had, so let's get this on a table and see what this pack contains. So as you can see, I now have this Kazakhstan ration on a table. Now it is divided into 3 portions with a carry handle on the top, quite a sturdy plastic, and it's separated into breakfast, lunch and dinner. Now the Google Translate doesn't seem to have Kazakhstan on its translation list, so the translation might be a little bit sketchy on this one. There is a list of contents for each section, but again I think this side is in Russian, which is a little bit clearer, but the translate is still having difficulty, so we'll have to discover the contents as we go. Now I believe the breakfast is on the bottom, so I'll start by opening the breakfast portion, then the lunch and then the dinner. So what have we got for breakfast? There is a scissors cut line, but I'm just going to slit the bottom of the pack. So this I believe is the breakfast. And it comes in its own individual packaging. And now I'll open the lunch carefully, try not to split the inner bag if I can avoid. So there is the lunch portion, and finally I shall open the top section. Just on off camera there slightly. And there we have the dinner. So let's go to the next step. As I say, translate for breakfast, the best it could come up with is crackers, canned meat porridge, canned vegetable stew, jam, tea and sugar. So let's actually have a look. So this is, again, as I say, the breakfast. And I can assume they are the crackers, feeling very battle damaged, and it has a best before date I believe of 2020 and 2018 manufacture, so it should be pretty fresh. We have what feels like the jam, or maybe apple butter, which is very common in these Russian Soviet style tins. Now that might be the vegetable caviar, but I'll have another go at translating as we go through them. There is a tin of what I would presume would be the canned meat. Again, I'll try translation individually in a moment. We have 3 packs of sugar, and a classic black tea. So, breakfast. Let's have a look at the lunch portion of this ration. And for the lunch, the best I could decipher was crackers, canned meat beef stew, a cabbage soup with meat and black tea. So I'm not sure which this one is, but again I shall have another attempt at translation now the tins are out. That might be the canned meat beef stew. A very smashed feeling pack of crackers again. There is another large tin. This might be the cabbage stew with meat, or cabbage soup with meat. Sounds very moist. They both do. Again, another tea, and another 3 packs of sugar. Lots and lots of sugar. And finally, the dinner portion. More battle damaged crackers. Looks like another jam. A tin of, I think this is meant to be buckwheat porridge this time. Another black tea. And this time 2 sugars instead of the 3. So, there is breakfast, lunch and dinner of the 2018 Kazakhstan ration. So let's come back with breakfast and get that out on a tray. See what it looks and tastes like. So, I have here on the tray the breakfast portion of this Kazakhstan ration. And I did another translate, and the mains was porridge with beef and a vegetable stew, so I'm assuming a vegetable caviar. Now there's a very short supply of drinks. There just comes with 1 tea per meal, so we shall start off with the tea. Now this is a classic black tea, professional, as opposed to non-professional, I suppose, whatever that means. And this is a standard tea bag with a little string. 3 packs of sugar, so I'm assuming they like their tea very sweet, no whitener, so I'll add a little bit of the sugar straight away. For my own taste, I think half of one of those would be sufficient. And I have a Russian spoon here just to help make things as we go. So I'm going to leave that to stew. So I filled it quite high and leave that to do its thing. Now I think we should open these other contents. As I say, this was vegetable stew, so I'm just assuming, I've not warmed this up, that it is like the Russian caviar, vegetable caviar, and it does appear so. A little bit lighter and darker in colour. Already making a mess, just wipe my hands there. This is the beef porridge, and the label did start to come off in the boiling process. Very hot, very hot. And we'll see what we have there. It does appear to be quite dry looking. We have a very smashed feeling packet of crackers or biscuits, and these do feel very worse for wear. They feel almost like crumbs. Let's see what we've got in here. Yes, they have not fared well at all. In fact, the entire packet is just crumbs. And of course, this is jam, but I think it's probably the customary apple butter, apple jam. We shall see. Okay, so I'm going to give that tea a little bit of a move around, squeeze against the cup, remove the bag. And I have forgotten my bin today, which is a bit annoying, but there we go. And black tea. Very typical English style black tea. Pleasant, nice and sweet, plenty of sugar, a very decent cup of tea. Would go nice with a bit of milk, but as it is, also very nice. So now I'm going to go straight for this porridge with beef. Now it did translate to millet, and it's starting to look like, let's get this out, I'm making a mess here. What a strange combination of ingredients. Looks like it's a little bit stuck on the bottom where it's congealed a little. Now, very dry looking. Bring that up for a closer look. So, little bits of groats or millet or something there with some beef. Quite dry. There is that typical tinned beef flavour in there, but it's a very dry, very dry, nicely salted, nicely peppered. Can't taste many other herbs there apart from salt and pepper. The beef is nice and soft, the millet is fine, granular, very much similar to a couscous. If you had couscous you'll know what I mean. Very dry, but very pleasant. Okay, have a look at this vegetable caviar. Seems to be a little bit more like vegetables in there than the usual caviar. The caviar is very pasty. This is more like vegetables there. So a little taste on its own. Oh wow, it's oily. There is something like olive oil in there. There's definitely onion, certainly onion, even a slight hint of vinegar, like a pickled onion almost. Very different to the other vegetable caviar. Very heavy onion dominated in flavour. Let's try a little bit with the porridge. Certainly warms things up, moistens things up. Very strong onion, garlic and oil. I think the majority of contents in there is onion. I think it would have been nicer if I warmed it, but it is a nice moisturising agent for the porridge. Porridge very nice, just very dry. Interesting. So, that tea. Very nice, decent quality tea. We'll see what we can do with these crackers. Not a lot, I don't think. A little bit on the vegetables. It is more of a stewed vegetable, I think, than the caviar that we're used to. Nice, crispy, crunchy cracker. Nice and light. See how they easily got damaged. Very light, easy to break wheat cracker. Very crisp, very fresh. Now, I've not got a lot to. Very plain tasting wheat cracker. We'll put a little bit of this jam, which does look very much like the apple butter that we're all accustomed to now. It is. It's that great tasting apple butter, apple jam. Very nice, but seems to be in every single Eastern Europe style ration. But very good quality. So, very simplistic, very easy breakfast meal. Tea, black, no whitener, lots of sugar. I used half a pack. There is 3 whole packs. That would be far too sweet in my opinion, but quality, very drinkable tea. The vegetable stew. I did make the mistake of calling it the vegetable caviar, but it is. It's more like stewed vegetables, very, very onion dominated, and garlic. There is an oil in there as well. Not sure whether it's vegetable oil, but it's a moist, wet onion stew. Not my personal favourite, but it's not terrible. It's not unedible. The porridge with beef. It did say millet on the tin, and I think it is millet. It looks like millet now. Very fine, very dry, very much like couscous without a sauce. The beef is typical tin style flavoured beef. It's soft, it's tender, very flavourful, plenty of salt and pepper, a very nice decent millet, just a little dry, little porridge dish there. Biscuits. Biscuit crumbs. That's all I have. The few tastes that I have got are very light wheat cracker. No distinct flavour. Slightly salted, but not heavily so. Would easily make a base for mains or jam. Just unfortunately, an absolute pile of crumbs. I could add the crumbs to the porridge, mix it I suppose, but it's already dry enough as it is, and I'm making a right mess all over my table, so I'll just try that while I'm here. Bulks out, certainly goes well, just adds an extra dryness. And the apple jam. As always, good quality, nice tasting apple butter stroke jam. So, leave it here. That was breakfast. Please join me with the lunch and dinner portion of these videos. And for now, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.